If there's any video on the internet to convince you not to get veneers, let this one be it, because my teeth are so fucked up right now because I've had to get surgery twice on them, and I don't even know what. They don't even look good anymore either. And it's like, this has been, I literally look like a vampire. It's completely uneven. I don't even know what the fuck. I've just paid $30,000 for uneven teeth. This has been going on for already 2 months now, and it's just like, bro, I cannot fucking deal with this anymore. The people who did this is International Dental Clinic. I don't know if the people who work there still work there or if they decided to rebrand, because when I called them for my contracts, they said that they rebranded and those people don't work there anymore. But
I'm not going to Mexico to get your veneers. Don't do it. They fucked me up, man.
Today we're talking about veneers, composite bonding, crowns, veneer regret, dental tourism, and the side of perfect teeth that does not always get shown in the before and after videos. And I want to say this upfront, this is not about judging anyone who has veneers, wants veneers, loves their smile makeover, or needed dental work for health reasons. Dental work can be life-changing when it is done properly and for the right reasons. But after listening to these stories, it feels like there is a much bigger conversation happening here. Because for a long time, veneers have been sold online as this instant confidence upgrade. You walk in with normal teeth, maybe a gap, maybe chips, maybe discoloration, maybe teeth that are not perfectly symmetrical, and suddenly you walk out with a bright, polished, celebrity smile. But what these women are describing is the part that happens after the reveal. The sensitivity, the pain, the bite issues, the veneers popping off, the gum inflammation, the extra procedures, the cost of fixing mistakes, and in some cases, the regret of realizing their natural teeth had character they did not appreciate at the time.
2 years ago, I had dental work done at Smile Dental Center 32 in Miami, and it ruined my life. Like, literally ruined my life. Third or fourth one that I've gone to, and I'm just very overwhelmed. Like, the medical industry, the dental industry in America is like, they literally do not care about what you are going through. Like, everything is about money for them. And like, I understand, like, people have to get paid, but it's like, the fact that like I can't do anything, like I can't use insurance, I can't do anything. I've already spent $80,000 pretty much on this whole situation in 2 years. And I go to another TMJ doctor because I have severe TMJ now because of the veneers that Smile Dental Center did. They lost my bite. I have severe TMJ. I got my teeth redone. It didn't fix it. That was another $30,000. It's just like, I just had an appointment, and like, you know, they're telling me like, okay, we could do this, and it, you know, it could be a big money pit, and you know, it could be, you know, another 80K, and you know, it might not work. Like, I spent so much money with so many doctors just praying that something works for me, and nothing works. Nothing ever works. I don't know what to do anymore. Like, I can't even sue the freaking dentist. Every time I come on here telling my story about what happened, which is a crazy ass story, I'm like, just sue. Why don't you sue? If I could sue, that would be the first thing I'm doing, but I can't do that. It's not possible. Like, can't sue for my sensory issues. My sensory issues are unknown. Every time I go to a doctor, they've never heard of it. And you can't prove that they gave you these issues because there's no way to diagnose it specifically. Like, it's just a whole thing. They offered to give me my money back within the first year, and I told them no, so that I could bring awareness, because like, people are just like, you know, out there getting veneers and whatever the case may be. Like, my life is literally ruined because I got my teeth redone. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, I'm constantly in pain. I can't even close my mouth properly. I have to wear a retainer every single day, 24/7 pretty much, to even close my mouth comfortably. No bite adjustments can fix it. Nothing. I've done 100 bite adjustments. I've gone to 10 different dentists, 4 different TMJ doctors. I've done integrative medicine. I've done acupuncture. I've done everything you could possibly. I've done hypnosis. I've literally done everything you could possibly do to try to fix these issues. I've been called crazy by my primary care doctor at Kaiser. They told me to see a therapist because I'm what I'm going through. At this point, like, I just don't know what to do. I'm in severe pain. I've gotten freaking masseter Botox twice. My fucking face is slim the fuck out. Like, I look crazy as fuck because I'm in pain 24/7. It's just... I guess my only thing is just don't get fucking veneers and know that, like, something like this can ruin your life, like, literally. And quite frankly, I'm not giving nobody else 80 fucking bands. Like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, the fact that these people are so, like, just everything is so money driven, and like, I understand, but it's like, this shit is like really medical for me. Like, why does nobody care?
I wish more people knew about this, but if you fly out to Mexico to get veneers, they shed your teeth down like sharks, right? So it becomes a triangle basically, and then they put caps on them. That's what veneers are. And
I think the worst thing is as well, right, I spoke to customer services and they said to me, that's how it's supposed to be. That's like the length of my teeth. This is not the length of my teeth. And don't tell me you'd let your daughter walk around looking like this. Huh? Are they that bad? Hang on, let me start again. Fresh eyes, let me start again. They fucking all fun.
I got veneers done almost a year ago and I highly regret it. This was from an old TikTok, but this is what my smile looked like before. Again, here's my teeth before, and I had kind of pointy canines that stuck out a lot, and it was really cute. This picture is a joke, but again, you can see my little canines. I really loved that about my smile. And here's my after. You may not think anything's wrong with this at first. This is a terrible photo of me. I'm in the middle of talking, but you can see how my four front teeth, just the four that I had done, stick out so much, and the rest of the teeth you can't even really see. So this is my before again. As you can see, the only thing that was wrong was my four front teeth had incorrect composite bonding done versus when I had some chips. These two in particular were literally crooked, and that needed to be fixed. This is my mouth after I got the veneers done. I got porcelain on the front two and composite on these side two. Here's my smile now, which looks pretty good in a lot of lighting. But the four front teeth, they protrude so much, it's made my mouth like a V shape like this. All my other teeth that weren't done are kind of smaller and back more. Also, I don't know if I'm just OCD, but the teeth that he did the composite bonding on look like really wonky, and they kind of like flare out like this. And I just feel like they don't look like, you can see my natural tooth underneath some of the composite. Like, is that normal? In order to fix these problems, I'm gonna have to get porcelain done on these two that were composite, and then probably on my canines to bring them out a little bit more, which is so expensive. It's $2,000 a tooth, which is why I didn't get that done initially. My dentist said it was totally fine if we did, you know, just porcelain on the front two and then composite on the other ones, and it would look fine. But I feel like they just didn't blend anything well to my other teeth. So now I'm probably gonna have to go to Mexico or Costa Rica to get the rest of my teeth done, because I'm not spending 8 bands on 4 teeth.
So I was just eating ramen, and for whatever reason, while I was chewing, my teeth collided and made the worst sound that I've ever heard. Even my boyfriend was like, what happened? Like, what was that? And my veneer popped off my tooth. And now this isn't, you know, a major deal. I can just go back and have him put it back on. But I kid you not, I've had a veneer pop off even while I'm like brushing my teeth every month and a half since I got them done in April.
What is this? What is this? Tell me why I woke up in the morning, I smile, I give myself a smile in the mirror because, you know, it's gonna be a beautiful day. And I realize that I'm missing a tooth. I don't know if I ate it at night. I couldn't find it anywhere, so I probably ate it. I'm going on a trip in 3 days, and this is how I'm gonna have to go.
Don't get veneers unless you want to eat like this for the rest of your life. Also, I didn't get veneers because of cosmetic reasons. I got them because I needed them. But this is how I have to eat because my top teeth are veneers, and so I use my fingers as my top teeth, because if you're supposed to be able to eat with veneers for foods that are like this. Is pretty soft, but I literally broke one of them on a Hershey Kiss one time, so I'm not risking it for the biscuit. For the chicken biscuit. So this is how I eat.
I am literally losing my shit right now. I'm so fucking mad. I have worked so hard to do the one thing I needed. The one thing I needed, because I felt so insecure to smile. I felt so insecure to sing. I felt so insecure to come on here and speak, because every single time I came on here, you guys called me so many names, and it all started off with my teeth. You guys made fun of me, belittled me, and yes, social media shouldn't have such a impact on how you feel about yourself, but it did. And I'm sure a lot of us can agree that it does affect us more than we would like to admit. So I spent a large investment and I saved a large investment to get my teeth fixed, just to only have it fall off 2 weeks later. I have an emergency appointment tomorrow with literally Emergency Dental USA. I don't even know who they are. I'm just going to a random dentist tomorrow because I'm hoping and praying and I'm going to beg to do something to fix this tooth in any which way.
One of the biggest themes in these stories is that a lot of people did not hate their teeth as much as they thought they did. They had small things they wanted to improve. Maybe their canines were pointy. Maybe they had a little gap. Maybe their front teeth were chipped. Maybe they wanted their teeth whiter or straighter. And those are normal insecurities. We live in a world where every smile on social media looks filtered, polished, and perfectly lined up. So if your teeth are slightly uneven or unique, it can start to feel like something is wrong with you, even when nothing is actually wrong. And that is what makes veneers so tempting. They promise a fast fix. Instead of years of braces or whitening or small corrections, it can feel like you are skipping straight to the final result. But the problem is that teeth are not just an accessory. They are functional. They are part of your bite, your speech, your comfort, your gums, your jaw, your facial structure, and your overall health. So when something goes wrong, it is not like regretting a haircut. You cannot just wait for it to grow back. If your natural teeth are shaved down, damaged, or covered incorrectly, you may be dealing with that decision for years. And that is where the regret starts for a lot of people. They look back at old photos and realize their natural teeth were not ugly. They were just human. Maybe they had character. Maybe they had a cute little gap. Maybe their smile looked more like them. And once the veneers are done, especially if they are too big, too white, too square, too bulky, or not blended well, the person can start feeling like their smile looks less personal and more like a product.
I don't want anyone else to go through the same thing that I'm going through, because no one will tell you this. No one will even tell you that they're experiencing these issues after they got veneers. Do not get veneers. Seriously. The veneers I have now is the second time I got it done. First time around, I had composite bonding back in 2019. I got them redone to porcelain in 2023, and everything was all good. I loved my teeth. I love talking in front of people. Like, I just felt so much more confident. Like, everything was amazing. But up until this last year, I was experiencing like inflamed gums. They were bleeding more easily when I would brush my teeth, and I searched it up, and there was certain things that could be. But I'm like, there's no way, because I do my oral care very well, which is brushing my teeth, water flosser, mouthwash, flossing. I did everything possible. Like, I got my dental cleanings twice a year. Like, there was just no way something could be wrong if I'm doing everything right. So I thought it would go away on its own, and I realized that it wasn't. It was actually getting worse. I went from like a light red color to a dark red color, and I went to 3 dentists, and they all said the same thing. The reason why I even went to multiple dentists is because I just couldn't believe what they said. They had told me that my veneers were improperly placed, therefore causing my gums to be inflamed. Basically, when they put a veneer in, apparently they put it too deep into my gums, therefore causing what's happening right now. I'm like, there's no way. I did my teeth years ago. How is this happening now? So I contacted the person that did my teeth, and they said that all their veneers, they properly placed them, so there's just no way that that's the case. And I'm like, well, I have 3 dentists telling me that that's what happened. So like, I don't know what's the situation. The person that did my teeth, he said that teeth shift over time. So I'm like, okay, well, I wish I knew about this damn possibility, because now I have to get gum laser. Basically, gum laser is when they laser off the infected parts of your gums, which is the redness that I had in my gums. That is also why I'm speaking very weirdly, because I only did it on this side, and then next week I do it on this side. And this process isn't the most comfortable. It does hurt. They have to put needles in your mouth to numb your gums, and then of course they laser it off. On top of that, this procedure, most insurances do not cover it, and it typically ranges from $2,000 to $8,000. So I'm just upset the fact that I had to waste more money out of pocket. I already did my teeth, spent over $8,500 because I had to pay for the veneers, and then I had to go out there and stay in Colombia for a couple days. So I spent in total probably like 9.5. So I'm just losing all this money, thinking once I had my teeth done, I was gonna be fine. That this wasn't even a possibility that was gonna happen. I just wish I was told this And I wish somewhere on the internet that I would have read about the possibility that this could happen, because I am, one, spending more money. Two, I am so uncomfortable and sad about this because I can barely eat regular food. You mainly have to eat liquids or soft food like mashed potatoes, oatmeal, and whatnot. Like, it's stressful, and no one is gonna tell you this. When I had posted this quick little post that said don't get veneers, so many people messaged me like, why? Like, what's going on? And I told them what happened, and some of the people that did have veneers said, oh my god, I'm going through the same thing. Like, what?
I'm gonna get ready and tell you guys my veneers horror story. I got veneers, I think, when I was like 18 years old, 19 years old maybe, and honestly, I regret it so much. I got them before TikTok was around, and so I didn't see all these like doctors coming on here and being like, you do not need to be doing this at such a young age. So I wanted them so bad. Like, I had it in my head that I was gonna get veneers if it was the last thing I did. I just purchased a real beauty blender, and I actually love it. I got them before it was like super normalized. Like, I feel like now with TikTok, you see everyone getting them, but like whenever I got them, you did not see a lot of people with fake teeth. Veneers are very expensive, and I knew that, but I made it my mission to get them. So I saved up some money, and then I got the rest of the money for my birthday, and my dad paid for the rest of them. I went and got them done in Colombia, and they were cheaper, but regardless, it's still expensive. The doctor I went to in Colombia did them in porcelain and then in like some other material that was a little cheaper. So since I was not knowledgeable, I went with the cheaper material. I was like, fuck it, they're still veneers. They're still gonna make my teeth look better, so who cares? The doctor that did them, she seemed so good on social media. She had a lot of followers. All her teeth looked so beautiful and natural. So I was like, yes, this is who I want to do my teeth. So I get my teeth done, and I'm leaving to go back home to the US in 2 days. So she does them, let's say on a Tuesday, I'm leaving that Thursday. I'm obsessed with them. I'm like, my teeth, they're so beautiful. Like, look at me. I wake up Thursday morning, and my two teeth right here, cracked. I'm literally bawling my eyes out. I have to be at the airport in like max 3 hours, and my teeth are cracked. So we're blowing her phone up. She tells me to come into the office, and she fixes my teeth. And I guess she does like a composite bond or something, because I don't know what else she could have done. I get on my flight home, and I go home. I have a boyfriend at the time, and I'm spending the night with him, and we go to bed. And I swear to God, I remember dreaming about my teeth falling out. I wake up the next morning, my teeth are cracked again. I wanted to kill myself. Every place I called around here gave me an estimate of like $12,000 because it's usually $1,200 per tooth, and I had gotten 10 teeth done. The only good thing was that they were insured with this doctor that did them. So I sent her a message through WhatsApp, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this? And she was like, just fly back and I'll do them for free. So it was either I spend $12,000 or I get a flight for like $1,200 and go get my teeth fixed. And honestly, shout out to my dad because he paid for all of this. I wouldn't have been able to do it without him. Love you, Dad. I was trying to do my lip liner while I was talking, and I just realized it's so uneven. I think this is better. But anyways, I literally was on a flight in like 24 hours, and I went back to Colombia for her to fix my fucked up teeth. So obviously one of the first things I said was, okay, well, we can't use this material. Like, we need to do the porcelain. She's like, yeah, that's fine. But if we do porcelain, I have to charge you the remainder of the price difference because they were different prices. I pay the difference. She does my teeth. I go back home 6 months later, another fucking tooth cracks. Be so for real. I literally cannot make this shit up. I end up just going to a doctor in the United States, and this is the tooth that they did, and it looks different, like from up close, than all the other ones. But I honestly had no choice. I wasn't going to fly back to Colombia for one tooth. I got lash glue in my eye. And after that, I was still having complications, like my gums were swollen, and she offered to fix them for free. So I went back to Colombia, she fixed them all, and I'm still having complications. But yeah, my teeth are, I think they're under warranty for like 15 years, but I never want her touching my teeth again. And now it's just kind of like a waiting game. I have the money to get them fixed, but I kind of want to give them a break.
If I had to give any big sister advice to whoever, don't get veneers. Just don't get veneers. It's not about veneer breath. No, never heard that. If you take care of your hygiene and take care of yourself, that will not be a problem. It is about don't sign up for something that you cannot maintain at any given moment, at any given time. If you cannot drop $10,000 plus on a new set, anything like that at any time, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm dealing with, luckily I don't have any pain or any like real problems, but I'm dealing with like aesthetic problems. I cracked one and I'm at the point where like mine are like 5 years old and I didn't get the expensive kind at the time. They were not cheap, but I didn't get the 100%. I got the composite. And so now I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to just get a new set and they need to be redone. It's kind of like expired or whatever. They gone bad. That's why it chipped. And it's just so expensive. So just transparency. If you don't have 15, 10,000 upwards to drop at any time, you might want to sit this one out. I should have sat this one out.
Okay, let me tell y'all why I regret getting composite veneers. If you are considering getting composite, if your teeth are not straight, your gum line is crooked, your teeth is crooked, thrown in your mouth, don't consider veneers as the first thing unless you're trying to get porcelain where they shave your teeth down. Then boom, that's cool. But with composites, they're putting these over your teeth. So if your teeth is crooked, it's not going to change the fact that when you get veneers, they're no longer going to be crooked. I recommend getting braces first, and that's what I should have did, and that's why I regret getting them, because only difference is they're whiter than your natural teeth, but you still see the crookedness in your mouth. And I don't like that. Like, when I talk, you can literally see how crooked my teeth are at the bottom. And I don't like that at all. I honestly wish I would have just got braces first and got my teeth straightened out, then, consider veneers. With composites, that the text, they're not going to tell you, because you'll see some of the pictures online, all the teeth look good and straight. Most of those people had braces prior to getting veneers, but the text, they're not going to tell you. You'll go in there and show them a picture of how you want your teeth. They're going to say, boom, okay, they're going to do it. They're not going to say, well, unfortunately, this patient had this patient had gum torn. They're not going to tell you. They're just going to do them. They don't care. They want their money. So if your teeth are not straight, if you have crooked teeth, your teeth is thrown in your mouth, getting composite veneers, they're still going to look like that. You're just going to have white, crooked teeth.
Another huge issue is the confusion between veneers, crowns, composite bonding, and what people are actually getting. A lot of people hear veneers and imagine a thin little shell placed over the front of the tooth. But some people are saying they later realized their teeth were shaved down much more than they expected, or that what they got felt closer to crowns than veneers. And that is a major problem because informed consent matters. If someone thinks they are getting a minimally invasive cosmetic upgrade, but they end up with permanently altered teeth, that is not a small misunderstanding. This is especially scary when people are traveling for cheaper dental work or going somewhere based mainly on social media results. And listen, this is not to say every dentist abroad is bad or every dentist in the United States is good. That would not be fair. There are amazing providers everywhere, and there are careless providers everywhere. But when the deciding factor becomes price, speed, or social media popularity, people can end up in situations they were not prepared for. A dentist can have beautiful Instagram photos and still not be the right provider for your mouth. A clinic can have celebrity clients and still not give you the care you expected. A smile can look good in a photo and still feel terrible to live with. And that is the part people need to really understand. Aesthetic dentistry is not just about how the teeth look on camera. It is about how they function when you chew, talk, sleep, and live your everyday life. Because if your bite is off, if your gums are irritated, if the veneers are too bulky, if the seal is not right, if food gets trapped, if your jaw starts hurting, suddenly that perfect smile becomes a full-time problem.
I've been really holding out making a video about my teeth. I got my teeth June 6th, and baby, I ain't eat like I wanted to since June, July, August, September. So that's a whole 4 months. June, July, August, September. That's a whole 4 months I have not been able to eat like I want to. I'm mad as a motherfucker for real. Like, I'm a foodie. I love food. I love to eat. I have never been restricted to eat the things I want to eat. And when I say restricted to eat the things I want to eat, like, I don't crack crab legs. I don't be cracking crawfish or nothing like that. I can't eat the simple things. Tonight, we had nachos, and I couldn't do it. Nachos, and I could not do it. I should have never fucked with my real teeth.
So I have fake teeth. I have 4 fake ones. They are in the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got them done like 2 years ago now. This one's always been like a little purple. up there, if you can see. It's like always been like a little discolored, and I always thought that was weird, but never said anything about it because like you really couldn't tell unless you were really looking at it. But recently this one has started to kind of do the same thing and already like discolor itself a little bit, which I just feel like isn't very normal. And like I sometimes can like spit through it up there, which I also feel like isn't normal. So anyway, I'm like, I should probably get them redone or fixed or whatever. And I don't really want to go back to where I was going, I don't think, because I just feel like maybe it was like, I know that this is probably blood because my gums were bleeding. Ever since I also got these done, I've had gum problems. Yeah. My gums bleed really bad. My sister's a dental hygienist, and ever since I got my veneers done, she's been telling me like, yo, like your gums are really swollen. So yeah, my gums bleed quite often ever since I got these. And I know that's probably not good. So I feel like I should maybe, if anyone has any recommendations of anywhere like in South Florida or like where I should maybe go to like get this looked at. I'm thinking maybe getting some like couple of my bottom teeth done, or I might add and do 6 teeth instead of the 4. Just because like these ones bother me. I don't know. I'm sure like no one probably noticed it until I just pointed it out. I just feel like it shouldn't already be discolored. It's only been 2 years. Doctor, dentist on here, please, a dentist, please enter the chat if you want to help me fix my teeth. Maybe give me, I don't know. I need help.
The downside of having veneers. So don't get me wrong, I absolutely love my veneers. I think it was probably one of the best investments I could have made in myself and my appearance, but it is kind of annoying when they pop off or break. So this happened last year to me when I was eating crawfish. I was like biting down on a crawfish to like suck the head, don't judge me. And yeah, my veneer popped off, and it was like my front veneer, so it was like very obvious. And then yesterday I was like eating a chicken wing, and again it was super delicious, so I was like gnawing on the bone, again don't judge me, and then like my side veneer like popped off. So now this is what it looks like. If you guys don't know, this is literally how they shave your teeth down when you get veneers. And not only do I look crazy, but it's like super sensitive right now because kind of like your nerves are exposed and everything. So I'm about to go to an emergency dentist appointment to get this like little veneer put back on, and thank God I didn't freaking swallow it because that would have been like thousands of dollars. But yeah.
Here's my traumatic veneer story. So if you saw my last video, I have 24 veneers. I have 12 on the top and I have 12 on the bottom, and it was some of the worst pain and arguably the worst experience that I have ever had. So I flew out to LA last year, and that was to talk about the entire consultation where I think I wanted like 10 and 10, and then they ended up telling me, hey, you need to do 12 and 12, and everyone seemed really nice. And there was also a celebrity there at the office like getting work done, which may or may not be a red flag now, but at the time I was like, okay, well, this is good. They're obviously really trusted people here, so this is great. I should definitely use them. In hindsight, it may have been a little bit slimy. Like the people have been maybe were a little bit slimy, but I just took that as like being really, really nice. And honestly, the customer service was fabulous. Like they were doing so many follow-ups. They were like, we want you to feel so comfortable, especially since you're flying out here. Like we want everything to be great. Everything's going to be so customizable. We'll show you, you know, your teeth, will show you the color, we'll let you pick everything, so you can be super, super involved in the process, which made me really, really excited. My biggest insecurities when getting veneers were, I'll show you guys a picture of my teeth before, but you can see that I had like the ridges down at the bottom, or I think that they're ridges, but I didn't love those. And then I also, I had like a bit of a gap, and I wanted to, or like an overbite. I had a bit of an overbite that I really wanted to fix, and so I was kind of asking them like, hey, like, is this what you suggest, that sort of thing. It's probably my fault, but I didn't know a ton about veneers. I had just seen a lot of videos, and people seem to have done really well in recovery, and everything seemed to go super well. So I was expecting this to be a super easy surgery procedure, if you will. And I, asked about recovery time. They just said, a couple of days, no big deal. You're going to be totally back to normal. And just made it seem like it was really going to be one of the easiest things that I've ever done, and that couldn't be further from the truth. And to get my like temporary set, which is what you have to do, so they take the molds of your teeth, like yada yada yada, then they give you temporaries, and that I was in so much pain, and you have to keep them on for like 2.5 weeks. And then we flew back to California to get the permanents after, and they were telling me how much better everything was going to be. Well, I opted to stay awake during the procedure. So a lot of people, they actually go fully under. I did not do that. I have a fear of going under anesthesia, so I did a twilight, and maybe that's why my recovery and everything was so bad. I don't know, but first of all, they were very dismissive, and the doctor that I thought was going to do my veneer surgery did not do my veneer surgery, and I did not find out until the day of. And I had multiple different people working on my teeth, coming in and out, and being like really dismissive. This one like female doctor in particular was super dismissive, and she's like, "You're not doing this twilight." And I'm like, "This is what we prepared for." I talked to multiple people about it, you know, and she was just being super dismissive. I ended up doing a twilight because I said I was going to. They did have to numb me extra, so I do understand that I had a lot of like swelling and stuff that otherwise probably wouldn't have been there because of how many times they had to like numb me with lidocaine and everything else. So that was pretty bad. The overall like procedure didn't take very long, but I feel like I was very much misled. Like they said that they were going to put like a thin layer over the top. They weren't really going to shave down teeth, blah, 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 blah. These are all crowns. They fully shaved my teeth down, and I wasn't even aware that they were doing that until partway through my procedure when I took my phone out and looked at my teeth.
Stop getting veneers. I beg of you. Just stop getting veneers. As you can tell, I'm kind of talking with my mouth closed. That's because I'm super ashamed. For the last, I would say 3 years, I've been complaining to dentists. I think I went to like 40 dentists while I was in LA, saying something's wrong with this side of my mouth. This whole side of my mouth, something's wrong with it. I can't open my jaw very loudly. Like it hurts when I talk. I feel like there's something there. All the dentists in LA like, there's nothing wrong. It's probably just your veneers are a little uncomfortable. It's nothing wrong. So I decided to go to Mexico because the dentists in Mexico are just so great. So I went to Mexico and I got my veneers done in Turkey, by the way. I want to make that very clear. I got it done in Turkey. You guys, no matter how much money you come into one day or like you just like feel like your teeth are ugly, take care of your own teeth. It would always be better than getting veneers. So I go to Mexico. And to know me, it's not that I'm a personal hygiene freak. Like I brush my teeth like 5 times a day, especially after I got veneers. I knew something like I have to take care of my teeth extra. But when you get veneers done in like a place like Turkey and you don't spend a lot of money on it, because I was trying to be cheap, I was trying to be Nigerian. Honey, they don't give you veneers, they give you crowns. So now you have a whole full mouth of crowns and you can't brush your teeth that's underneath it. So I got to Mexico and I was told that literally all my bottom teeth, and I mean all except for 4, are rotten. And I have to pull all of them, pretty much. And so I got 7 teeth pulled. I don't even want to show you because I'm so embarrassed. 7. Like 7 teeth was extracted, and you know how painful that is. It's barbaric. What's so sad, and even the doctors were so saddened for me, was that my teeth were actually very healthy. My teeth that were underneath it were very healthy. It was just I couldn't get to my teeth when I brush or floss, that it just took out all the gum down there. So they didn't have any choice. Like they couldn't save it. They couldn't save them. So I just got the first step done because I'm gonna have to get a full mouth of implants, and I have to wait 2 months for the gums to heal and then go back and get my implants done. So now I have nothing in my mouth except for like this right here. Everything is gone. I can't even, like, I'm so embarrassed I can't even open my mouth. Stop getting veneers. Use me as a cautionary tale. When they say veneer breath, it's because your teeth underneath is not getting proper care, and x-rays cannot pick up on it. I went to like 40 dentists in LA and they're like, nothing's wrong, your teeth is healthy. X-rays cannot see the decay that's right here and right here. You know what I mean? The fad with veneers has to come to an end. And also, they don't look good. Like, it's like pianos in your mouth. Like, if I can turn back time, I would have never done it. I'd have taken care of my own teeth, and I regret it so much, and I will spend the rest of my life regretting getting veneers. It is quite literally, I think, the biggest mistake I've ever done, and I will regret it for the rest of my life. Like, there's just, I wish I could take it back. Use me as a cautionary tale. Stop getting veneers. Just stop. Like, your teeth are beautiful the way they are. They have character. I have like a chip tooth that was so beautiful and it had such character to it, and they have character. They're part of who you are. They tell a story. Leave them alone. Take care of your own teeth. Brush as much as possible. Floss. Go get your your yearly cleaning done, and just get braces if you really do want to change the structure of your teeth. I hope the obsession with veneers dies soon, because it's costing me 10 times more than if I had just taken care of my own teeth. In 2020, I was balling. I was rolling in money, so I was like, I'm gonna fix everything. Don't do that. Just don't. I spent $10,000 to get full mouth of veneers, and now so much money, to extract them. I have to go get temporaries in the meantime here in the States, and then go back in November to get my implants. And implants are so expensive. And not only that, it's erosive on your self-esteem to lose all your teeth at once, pretty much. They took 5 here and 2 here. It's very erosive on your self-esteem, and it has to heal, and I have to wait till it heals. And I mean, it's just humiliating and embarrassing, and I regret it so much.
Some of these stories are not just about people spending a few $100s and regretting it. We are talking thousands, tens of thousands, and then even more money trying to fix the original work. Someone gets veneers, then one pops off, then another cracks, then the gums become inflamed. Then they need laser gum treatment. Then they need bite adjustments. Then they are told they may need to redo the veneers completely. Then they go to another doctor, and another doctor, and another doctor, hoping someone can finally fix what happened. And this is why the just sue comments are often too simple. People say, why don't you sue? But proving dental harm, proving long-term pain, proving exactly what caused TMJ issues, proving sensory issues, proving that one provider is legally responsible can be incredibly complicated. And while all of that is happening, the person is still living with the pain, the bills, the appointments, the embarrassment, and the fear that fixing it might cost even more. That is what makes this so emotionally heavy, because people got veneers to feel more confident. They wanted to smile more. They wanted to look better on camera. They wanted to feel polished. But now some of them are saying they feel less confident than before. They are hiding their mouths. They are scared to eat certain foods. They are worried a tooth will pop off while brushing, chewing, or going on a trip. They are spending money they never expected to spend. And at that point, the procedure that was supposed to make life easier has made life more stressful.
Here are some of the pros and cons of porcelain veneers. Let's start with some of the pros. Porcelain veneers can whiten and straighten the teeth. They can also improve the size, shape, and symmetry of the teeth. Porcelain veneers will not stain, so your smile will stay bright over the years. They can be customized, and porcelain veneers can be done in just 2 to 3 appointments and completed in just a few weeks. And when done well and cared for, porcelain veneers can last 15 to 20 years and longer. And here are some of the cons. Getting porcelain veneers is an irreversible procedure and usually involves local anesthetic and minimal shaving to the teeth. Some people may even experience some temporary soreness and sensitivity, and porcelain veneers can be more expensive than braces and whitening. And not all dentists that do veneers are trained in cosmetic dentistry, and as mentioned before, they would probably have to be replaced after 15 to 20 years.
So I flew to Mexico, got my veneers done. They took out 4 of my teeth, one here, and then they shaved down like the rest. I don't know why. I didn't really question it. They just said they had to do it, so they did it. I knew something wasn't right because on the way to the airport, my tooth actually chipped in the back. It was very tiny, but in my head, I'm like, nah, I might be bugging. So I left it alone because I was on my way to the airport. I was not missing my flight. I should have missed my flight and went back. But anyways, I got home like maybe 4 days later. That incident happened and that whole side just came off. I didn't eat anything hard for it to come off. It literally just came off when I was talking. I obviously had to book my flight back to Mexico, but that wasn't until a few days after that incident. So I had to walk around for like a week with no teeth. Mind y'all, I had a little gathering to go to and I still went, but my bottom teeth had to hold my top teeth in place. So I was like talking like this so it won't fill out my mouth. And of course, everybody was asking to see my veneer. So I would like smile like this and not really show them because I was so embarrassed. But anyways, I got back to Mexico and I had to pay another amount. I think it was like $7,000. I don't really remember the exact amount. It was around that price. And yeah, they fixed it. These are them. So much better. They did chip in the front right there. So I have to go back for them to fix that too. And yeah, I didn't get my money back. I paid again. But more of the story is don't get veneers if you don't need it.
I'm going to give you a list of reasons why you shouldn't get veneers. And if this list is you and you're planning on spending like $25,000 on veneers, don't go through with it. This one's really obvious, but tooth decay, gum disease. You can't build a house on sand. Second one, if you are a grinder, you're going to be putting so much pressure on them and then they'll end up breaking. People with crooked teeth, if your teeth are all crooked and you try and put these veneers on them, it's going to be hard for them to stick on. Just You should do ortho first and then look to veneers if you're going to. People with really thin enamel, you need the enamel to bond the veneer onto. That's where it gets its strength. If it's too thin, then long term they're going to end up coming off. This one's an important one. If you can afford it, you will have to have them replaced at some stage. So if you're going to spend this much now, just know you're going to have to spend it again later on down the track.
Part 2 on the teeth. I didn't even realise my Somali pirate video went viral because of these gnashes. They're not even that bad. I don't know how people can hate on perfect teeth. Like, listen, people get their nose done, their hairline done. Listen, any hairline surgeons out there, I need this bit filling in. But getting back to topic, people get all stuff done. And yeah, my teeth were really bad before I got these done. I hated my teeth. And I'm so blessed that TikTok's allowed me to get my teeth done because I could never afford it. And I got these done on promo. Big up Dr. Pellin down below. In a fresh set like this. You know where to go. Big up Antalya Turkey. But yeah, how can people hate? They don't even reflect. Look at my crusty lips as well. You know the UK's getting hot when you're getting crusty lips.
This is how veneers look to me. This is how they look to you. I feel like everybody's teeth look the same, just like this. Little squares.
On the topic of veneers, so when I first came to LA, a lot of the girls have veneers, but I wasn't aware really when I first came to LA, like 2020, 2021. I was at a party like for the first time, like meeting all these people that are online. Someone came into my face. I was so excited to meet them. And before they came over, they said, and I was actually punched in my face by air. I was actually sucker punched. It hit me like on this side and I was knocked off axis a little bit, but I definitely caught myself. But that was my introduction to veneer canker breath.
Veneer breath is real and it literally smells like death in your mouth. It stinks so freaking bad. And the only way to get rid of it is by either replacing your veneer or replacing the crown. That's it. There's no amount of brushing, flossing, freaking mouthwash, gum, or mint that can help the situation. And listen, not everyone that has veneers or crowns experiences this. This only happens if your veneer and or crown was not placed properly and if there's not a good seal between your tooth and your gum area. If there's even the littlest of space that's left out, bacteria is going to fester there. It's going to literally create this foul stench, kind of similar to like what a decaying tooth or like what a root canal smells like, right? And the issue is not only the crazy smell, but if you let this persist for so freaking long, you can get a cavity there. You can then have that cavity turn into a root canal situation, or you may let it get so bad completely where now your whole tooth has to be removed. Your whole tooth literally crumbles and it just has to go completely. So y'all, please, if you smell a stench in your mouth, your friend's mouth, your freaking baby daddy's mouth, have them get it checked out because it is not good whatsoever.
I used to see so many people posting on here about veneer breath, and I literally thought they were just hating. I'm like, what are they even talking about? Until I smelled it firsthand. And let me just say, if you are thinking about getting veneers or you have veneers, there's a lot that you need to know, but there's one thing that you have to know about having veneers. And baby, this is not optional. It is not optional. You have to use a water flosser morning and night. You have to floss your teeth after every single meal. Every time you eat something, this is what you need to be doing immediately after. I don't know why y'all don't realize your teeth are tighter now. So it's holding on to every little piece of food that you put in your mouth. Even when I drink smoothies, I have to floss to get any little piece of fruit, anything out stuck in my teeth. It could be a little piece of pepper. It's going to start to smell. It's going to decay within hours. Not walk around with old food in your mouth. That's the veneer breath. That is the veneer breath. Your teeth are tighter and it's holding on to food. Morning and night, morning and night, morning and night.
The maintenance conversation is another thing that does not get talked about enough. Veneers are often shown like a final destination. You get your teeth done, and now you have your dream smile. But according to these stories, the reality can be much more high maintenance. Some people are saying their veneers stain, crack, pop off, irritate their gums, or require constant attention. Others talk about needing to floss constantly, use a water flosser, keep up with cleanings, and be extremely careful with food. And then there is the conversation around veneer breath, which sounds dramatic, but the concern behind it is real. If dental work is not placed properly or if food and bacteria get trapped around the margins, people can start having odor, gum irritation, or even more serious dental problems. Again, this is not everyone. Plenty of people have veneers and maintain them well without those issues. But the point is that veneers are not maintenance-free. They are not just pretty teeth you never have to think about again. They require care, and if something is wrong with the fit or placement, no amount of mouthwash is going to fix the underlying issue. This is also why composite veneers are a separate conversation. A lot of people choose composite because it can be cheaper or less invasive. But if your teeth are crooked, crowded, or your gum line is uneven, composite may not magically fix the structure. It may just make the teeth whiter while the same alignment issues are still there. And that is a really important warning. Sometimes people do not need veneers first. Sometimes they need braces, Invisalign, whitening, bonding on 1 or 2 teeth, gum treatment, or simply a more conservative plan. But if the provider is focused on selling the makeover, they may not slow down and say, actually, this may not be the best first step for you. What really stands out to me is the loss of uniqueness. One woman talks about how natural teeth have character, and I think that is such an important point. Somewhere along the way, beauty culture convinced people that every smile needs to look the same. Bright white, perfectly straight, perfectly even, perfectly shaped. But some of the most memorable smiles are not perfect. They have gaps, soft edges, pointy canines, small imperfections, and little details that make someone look like themselves. It reminds me of what happens in beauty culture overall. Everyone starts chasing the same face, the same lips, the same jawline, the same nose, the same body, and now the same smile. But when everyone starts smoothing out every unique feature, people can start looking less like themselves. And with veneers, that effect can be really noticeable because the smile is so personal. It changes the way you speak, the way you laugh, the way your face moves, and the way people recognize you. And I think that is why some people regret it even when the veneers are technically good, because maybe the teeth are straight, maybe they are white, maybe the dentist did what was requested. But the person looks in the mirror and thinks, these are nice teeth, but are they my teeth? And that is a strange feeling. A smile makeover can be beautiful, but if it erases too much of what made your smile yours, it can feel more unsettling than empowering.